Creepiest Discoveries in Physics, a 10-minute sleep story. The universe is mostly nothing. Hold something in your hand right now. A book. A phone. The blanket that's keeping you warm. It feels heavy. Solid. Undeniably real. Press your hand against your chest. You feel the firmness of bone. The beating of your heart. Everything about the physical world convinces you that it's solid. That matter has weight, substance, structure. That your body, your room, the entire earth beneath your feet is strong and unshakable. But physics whispers something chilling, something counterintuitive, something that almost feels like a cosmic joke. None of it is solid at all. In fact, it's almost entirely empty space. At the smallest scales, the universe is made of atoms. Atoms are the supposed building blocks of everything. Your body, your desk, the stars. But an atom is not a tiny hard ball. If you magnified an atom to the size of a stadium, the nucleus, the dense center of protons and neutrons, would be smaller than a marble sitting on the 50-yard line. The electrons, which we once imagined as little planets orbiting like moons, don't exist as solid things either. They are probability clouds, smeared out ghosts of possibility, hovering in uncertainty. That means the rest of that atom, the space between the nucleus and the electron cloud, is nothing. Absolute void. Vast gulfs of emptiness. And yet trillions upon trillions of these emptiness-dominated atoms make up everything you see. So when you look at your hands, what you are really seeing is a delicate scaffolding of almost pure nothingness, structured only by invisible fields and forces that trick your brain into experiencing solidity. And here's where it becomes deeply unsettling. When you lean against a wall, you don't actually touch it. You never have. What you feel is pressure, the resistance of the wall against your shoulder, the firmness of a floor beneath your feet. Isn't contact at all. It's the repulsion of the electromagnetic forces between the atoms in your body and the atoms in the wall. Two ghostly energy fields pushing against one another, refusing to overlap. You have never touched anything. Not once in your entire life. Every hug, every handshake, every step has been an illusion of closeness, never true contact. If that's the case, then what is real? If everything we call matter is 99.9999999% empty space, if every surface we've ever felt is a trick of repulsive forces, then is the world we move through a physical reality at all? Or is it a shimmering mirage, a story the universe tells itself to appear solid? And if the very substance of reality is emptiness pretending to be form, what about time itself? What if the seconds slipping by as you listen to this are not what they seem either? The arrow of time and its possible reversal. We live in time as fish live in water. It surrounds us. It carries us forward. We believe in its direction without question. Past becomes present. Present becomes future. And the flow feels undeniable. But physics has a way of erasing what feels obvious. And time may be the greatest illusion of all. When physicists write down the fundamental laws of the universe, the equations that describe particles and forces, they notice something strange. Those laws don't care about direction. Run them forward or backward. They still work. A ball rolling down a hill follows the same rules as a ball rolling up the hill in reverse, if you filmed it and played the tape backwards. The only reason we think time flows forward is entropy, the tendency for disorder to increase. A hot coffee cools when left on the table, never the other way around. A shattered glass doesn't leap back into wholeness. The past feels different from the future because disorder builds, and memories only accumulate in one direction. But if, in some unimaginable circumstance, entropy were to reverse, time itself could run backward. A universe where smoke gathers back into cigarettes, where ink leaps off the page into the tip of a pen, where death precedes birth. This possibility is haunting. What if somewhere in the vast cosmos, there is a region where entropy decreases instead of increases? A place where time runs opposite to ours. To them, we would appear reversed, Strange beings living lives backwards, speaking backwards, aging backwards. And then comes the question that shakes the foundations of what we call reality. If the arrow of time is nothing more than the byproduct of entropy, is the past really behind us? Is the future really ahead? Or are we living in a timeless block universe where all moments, birth, death, now then, exist simultaneously, and our perception of moving through them is only a trick of consciousness? But if time can be questioned, so can reality itself, because physics suggests we may not be living in the only world at all. The many worlds interpretation. Every decision you make feels final. You choose coffee instead of tea, and that's the end of the story. You turn left instead of right, and that path is your life. But what if physics suggests every possibility actually happens? That every choice is real, every fork in the road is taken, every branch of chance continues endlessly? In quantum mechanics, particles do not exist in one fixed state. An electron isn't here or there. It exists in a superposition, a shimmering cloud of probabilities, until measured or observed. Traditionally, physicists thought measurement caused the collapse of this wave into one reality. But the many worlds interpretation tells a different story. The wave never collapses. Instead, the universe itself splits. Every possible outcome happens, just not in the same timeline. One world where you took the left path, another where you took the right. Both equally real, both equally alive. That means right now, there are countless versions of you, some nearly identical, wearing a different shirt, saying a different word, others wildly different. Versions that married someone else, lived in another city, perhaps never survived past childhood. The universe, then, is not a single stage, but an endless branching forest of realities, splitting silently and forever with each quantum event. Every breath you take may spawn countless new universes. And the creepiest implication, if there are infinite versions of you, some may be suffering fates you cannot imagine. Somewhere out there, you may have taken the wrong step, the wrong breath, the wrong turn. And yet, somewhere else, you are thriving in ways beyond your wildest hopes. If infinite worlds exist, perhaps that explains the next unsettling question. Why is the universe we see so perfectly suited for life in the first place? The fine-tuned universe. Step back and look at the cosmos as a whole. The stars, the galaxies, the fabric of space itself. All of it depends on fundamental constants, numbers that describe the strength of gravity, the charge of the electron, the rate of cosmic expansion. And here's the unnerving truth. If those constants were even slightly different, life could never exist. If gravity were just a touch stronger, stars would burn out too fast. If it were weaker, galaxies would never form. If electromagnetism were weaker, atoms could not bond. If it were stronger, matter itself would collapse. The universe seems to sit on a razor's edge of possibility, balanced perfectly for complexity, for chemistry, for life. Scientists call this the fine-tuning problem. Out of infinite possibilities, why these exact values? Why a universe where minds can exist to ask these questions? One eerie possibility is the multiverse. Infinite universes exist, each with different constants, and we simply find ourselves in the one that supports observers. Another possibility is stranger still. Maybe the universe is structured in such a way that observers are necessary, that consciousness itself plays a role in shaping reality. And then comes the most unsettling idea. What if the universe is not indifferent at all? What if it is aware of itself, through us? In that case, every star, every galaxy, every particle might be part of a grand design, with us as its eyes. But even if the universe seems finely tuned, it still faces an inevitable fate. And that fate is one of silence. Heat, death, and the end of everything. Picture the universe not now, not tomorrow, but trillions upon trillions of years from this moment. Stars will have burned out. Galaxies will have faded. Planets long forgotten. And what remains is nothing. No light, no warmth, no motion, only silence stretching into infinity. This is the heat death of the universe. According to thermodynamics, energy spreads out evenly over time. Stars exhaust their fuel. Black holes evaporate. Eventually, everything reaches maximum entropy, perfect balance, perfect stillness, perfect emptiness. In this state, nothing new can happen. No thought can form. No spark can ignite. The universe becomes a dark, cold ocean of dead particles drifting forever. It is perhaps the bleakest vision imaginable. Every memory, every triumph, every moment erased in the endless silence of equilibrium. Humanity's stories, the Earth's beauty, the galaxy's splendor, all gone without trace. And yet, there is a glimmer of possibility. Some physicists suggest that within this ultimate stillness, quantum fluctuations could spark new universes. From the ashes of one reality, countless others may bloom. Endings, in this cosmic sense, may only be beginnings. And so we return, slowly, to the present. To you, lying in bed, listening to these strange and eerie truths. The discoveries of physics do not exist to frighten us, but to remind us. Reality is fragile, existence is strange, and the universe is far beyond what our minds can truly hold. As you close your eyes tonight, remember, the world is not solid. Time may not flow. Countless versions of you may walk countless worlds. And one day even the stars will fade. But in this moment, in this breath, you are part of the deepest mystery of all, the universe itself.